Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and Plarium has outdone themselves. We've got the personal pack builder. I have been playing Raid since the very start, and I have never seen something like this. So for fun, we'll go through and we'll see if we can't put together the best pack possible according to my offer sheet here, and then see if the best pack possible according to my prices is even worth it or not, and how this personal pack builder is going to be functioning in its first rollout here. So, let's get into it. Alrighty, so the way this is going to be functioning is you've got 4 different tabs, and under each tab you've got 4 different choices to go ahead and filter in to one pack up above that you can purchase with a purchase limit of 2. So for the first one, we can figure out which one has the most value. So is it going to be 5 5-star chickens? So we put that in and we get $11, or let's delete that. So $11 is currently in the lead, or 18 4-star chickens, $16, okay, or 4 legendary tomes, bang, but we didn't delete the other one. Delete that. 4 legendary tomes, $12.80, or 10 epic tomes. So let's go, boom, 15. So okay, for a new player, I would probably say either the 18 4-star chickens or the 10 epic tomes, but it's looking like, just if I go off of the raw numbers here, it's looking like the 18 4-star chicken right there of $16.20 for value. So let's go ahead and select that, pick that one, and why won't it let me switch? I can't swap this out? What? I can't swap this out? Once I select something, I can't. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Did you see that? Am I crazy, or was that not letting me switch? Okay, finally they did let me switch. I was going to be like, no way. Once you selected its final, that was really weird. It would not let me switch for a little bit there. Okay, and then for the next tab here, after selecting the 4-star chicken, we've got all of these brews, and it's got the 4 different affinities, and they're all the same amount. So this one's a lot easier to plug in. I would say the least valuable is probably the Void brews, because you typically aren't leveling up Void champions to be sacrificed as food nearly as often as champions of the other affinities. And Void champions are the rarest, so you're going to be using the brews over the long haul of your account. Probably going to be using Void brews the least of any brew in the game. So what I would personally recommend is look at your account, and whichever of the 3 normal affinities, Force, Spirit, and Magic, whichever one you are lowest on, that is the one I would select. So we'll just go ahead and select the first one. Then under the next tab, it's kind of the same thing. We've got all of the different potions here. We've got 20 of the affinity ones, and then 10 of the arcane. And I can make that a little bit smaller since you can't see there. So sorry, I know that sheet is a little bit hard to read. There really isn't a great place for me to put it. Maybe I could put it up here and make it slightly bigger or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to get that in an awesome spot. But okay, anyway, so on this one, I would definitely go with one of the affinities. The Arcane Keep is always open, and that means whenever you need the potions, you can get them. You're not going to be stuck in a situation where you have to wait for it to come across the rotation. But then same concept, I would probably do whichever one of the affinities that you are lowest on. So let's just stick with the first choice here. I would do one of these 3: Spirit, Force, or Magic. I would leave the Voids are going to be less commonly needed, and the Arcanes are going to be open whenever you want to get them. So go with whichever one of these you are the lowest on. Okay, and then we have the last tab where you can choose between 1 million silver, 700 energy, a bunch of multi-battles, or 6 days of XP. Okay, so let's plug in the 1 million, and that's 100,000. There we go. Okay, so $1.08. Let's delete that, and let's do the 700 energy. 252. Okay, so definitely 700 energy is in the lead right now. And then the 6 days of XP is going to be boom. Okay, so that one is the most valuable. The multi-battles are hard to plug in. It is 500 multi-battles. So if you're on a mobile only and you have no access to BlueStacks or RSL Helper or any sort of PC farming, then you may have to ask yourself if the multi-battles are worth $5. If not, I would probably go with the 6 days of XP, especially if you're newer and you don't want that to ever run out. That's what I would lean towards because it is the most value, so I would select that. So that means now we are left with a final pack of the 18 4-star chicken, the 80 XP brews, the 20 affinity potions, and 6 days of XP. So let's plug that in and see what it ends up grading out here as a pack. Let's go 18 and then 80 of the XP brews right here. Okay, and that's 1, 2, 3. The only thing we're missing is the 6, or no, we already did that one. That's why I'm getting confused. Oh, and then the 20 affinity potions of the superior, and boom. So what is the what's the grade? Let's put in the price of 30. Okay, it's a 2.15. So basically it's a decent pack. You can't see that. Let me go ahead and drag that down so you can see what it looks like. Just like so. Okay, so yeah, 2.15 is what it kind of grades out. So this is the pack that I would probably recommend is the most generally useful based on the value chart, and it ends up being decent, not amazing. It's it falls in the green good tier, but it's not something that I would rush out to recommend buying unless it's above that 2.5 or so. But then while we're here, we might as well go over some of the other stuff just to see if there's anything worth taking note of. I've actually never started a video by going over the offers, so that's interesting. Let's do 300 energy. Bang. 2 energy refills. Boom. 150k. Okay, and then 150 gems. 3.17. Is that right? Did I get that right? 300 energy. 2 refills. Yeah, no, that's and then $5. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty solid. That's better than the special progress packs usually end up grading out. So if you're looking for energy, especially during the fusion and stuff, that is the heralded 3.0, which are the ones that I'm typically in the market to buy. Once they get over 2.5 and approach that 3.0, that's something that I would consider purchasing personally, just to make sure I'm spending efficiently if I am going to buy something in raid. So there we go. We got a 3.17. We know the drill on the monthly pack. The mini mix is normal. $25 for a sacred is going to grade out as a 1.08. And then $30 for 6-star epic gear. Lifesteal, no. And then we already went over the pack builder. So, okay, now we'll wrap up what's going on in game real quick here. We're kind of going in an opposite direction, but I mean, all right. I like them trying to innovate and come up with new things, but it's not quite like they should have released this with a bang. This should have been super cool. I mean, Raid already makes plenty of money. It would have been fun for the community if this was really good stuff, and do this personal pack builder, release it with some hype here. But unfortunately, I don't see a reason to really rush out there and do that. The special progress pack is by far how I would personally spend my money. And we just found out a few hours ago behind the scenes that this Friday, February 18th, they are going to be doing 2x sacreds, which is exactly what we thought was going to happen. It's why I was telling you to be a little bit careful that whether it's a decent champion and really situationally good as a healer, but you want to be careful YOLOing too many sacreds because we are going to be getting 2x sacreds this weekend. We did finally get that confirmed, and they are also going to be launching a 10x for Beauregard the Elder. And Beauregard is going to be the new Dwarf legendary. If you want me to cover that really quickly for you, he is going to be scaling with HP, which is very good for the Dwarves because they face the red boss. If you haven't finished Faction Wars yet, you can attack one enemy with placing the increased defense for 1 turn on the ally with the lowest HP, and cannot place it on him. And then if you build him with crit rate, that'll be 100% instead of a 50 that you can book up to 65. The A2 is going to be cleansing 1 random debuff from all allies and then place a shield on them for 2 turns equal to this champion's HP. So this guy's going to be S tier for Faction Wars for sure. We could book that to a 3-turn cooldown. And then we're going to be getting increased resistance, which this was kind of the first iteration of Plarium adding increased resistance to the game and also speed. So that's going to be a very impactful ability, especially for those tanky teams in the arena. You get both resistance and speed on one ability, and then he also scales with HP and places shields and does cleansing and stuff like that. We've got a passive that allies receive 10% less damage from champions whose resistance is lower or equal to theirs. So a very synergistic and good champion for some of those slower, tanky, high resistance compositions, and he could see a lot of play in the tag team arena and be fun to kind of play around with and build a team around some of the passives and the abilities that he has going on here. So given the fact that we can double dip and go for a 10x during 2x sacreds, with also the added bonus of right now having the Fusion live. And if you happen to summon one of the epics or the epic that is required to finish the Karato Fox Hunter Fusion, we've got about 3 different reasons where it might make sense to YOLO a few shards here during 2x sacred. So I probably will. I'll probably obviously not pull everything, but during a 10x I'll at least pull until I get a legendary, see if I can get lucky and summon a new non-dupe Lego. Worth noting that there's so many non-void legendaries, like 120 or so or whatever it is, that even during a 10x your odds of getting that champion is pretty low. So do keep your expectations tempered. If you summon a legendary, the vast majority of the time it's not going to be the 10x champion because there's just too many legendaries in the game. We almost need like a 50x or something to make it a little bit more of a realistic chance, just because when the game released there was like 70 non-void legendaries. They've almost doubled it. There's like 120 now or something. So just remember, the 10x is not going to be the super beefy chance that you might think it is on the surface. Then if we look at what is going on in game today, I did do a video on this yesterday about the Fire Night tournament and how you might want to monitor your group and see how many people are going crazy. There's already somebody at 8,000 points, so I'm gonna let this one go. I'm not gonna grind up 12,000 points with an event that doesn't that isn't part of a fusion or anything like that. So I'm gonna let that one go. But pay attention to your group and see if it's worth it to put together a Tellurian team. I did do a video yesterday if you want to check that out on some of the champions to watch out for and the team that I would have used if it made sense to go after my group here. But we've got the Spider tournament that you definitely want to focus on today to make sure you're scooping up enough points on the far right there to get the rare to keep pace for the Karato fusion. That ends today, so definitely focus on making sure you get enough points in the Spider and don't let that go to the wayside. Then under the events tab, we're going to have an artifact enhancement event starting basically tomorrow, and then for the next couple days we're going to want to focus on champion training to get to at least 7150 to keep pace. We do have legendary chaos ore, so it's not a bad time to go hard in the paint on champion training. Also, if you do it today, like if you get enough points in the Spider and you've got extra resources, you can do a lot today and double dip with CVC that is currently going on as well, as you see right here. And that means today is going to be a good opportunity to really dive in, get that Spider done, and then get a big head start on the champion training so that you can double dip that stuff, coinciding to help your team out in CVC. We also have a new rotation of the Hydra, so you've got a few days off on that if you would like to take your time on the Hydra. And typically, I'm so thrown off because this is typically where I jump in to do the offers. So this feels really weird to me. I've done like 500 videos in a certain order, and now I went in the opposite direction and did the offers first because we've got the personal pack builder. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments. I'm interested to see what some of your reactions are going to be. If you like this, if you think it's trash, if you would like it, if there was more hype around it, if the offers were a little bit better, like maybe they should have had like 7 5-star chickens, 20 4-stars, like 5 Lego books, 15 epic books, and then maybe have your choice on shards. Like you could pick 2 sacreds or 5 voids or 10 ancients, like something like that. I think they could have had a lot of fun with this in terms of rolling it out. That's my opinion, but I would love to hear what you guys think down below. So that is going to do it for me on this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.